Good morning, everybody. Happy Power Hour. Happy Saturday. Hope everybody is great. We are back for another Power Hour, and we're slightly off cycle this month because of the 4th of July holiday here in the United States. And so for that reason, I know we're running with a skeleton crew today. Normally, we've got probably 2 or 3 times more people who are typically watching. So that's cool. But I didn't want to interfere with people's 4th of July plans. And I think maybe people are still in that summer mindset, maybe on vacations, doing other stuff. So it's all good. But this Power Hour, I've got some company coming over in a little bit, so I have to cut this Power Hour a little short. It's only going to be an hour. So what we'll do is we'll do 2 sessions of 20 minutes each. All right, so 2 sessions of 20 minutes each, and then I've got to peace out because I got some stuff going on. All right, so before we start, I'll give people a chance to get in and get all set, get situated. I do have a couple things that I want to let you guys know about. So particularly on this Power Hour, there have been people that have asked me, Michael, do you have a book on marketing? Michael, what's your marketing advice? Michael, how do you sell more books? So on and so forth. So I wrote a book, and it's called Author Marketing Magic, and it's how to sell like a pro and build long-term success. So I distilled everything I know about marketing into a book so that I have an offering that can answer that question for people. So just so you know, that is out there. It's available. You can get it at any place where you buy your books, and you can go to bookstoread.com/author marketing magic to get all the links to the different places where you can grab the book. So it's available in ebook and paperback. And yeah, so I'll probably put this one in AI audio at some point. So, and because you guys are my Power Hour listeners, don't forget, I'll show it in a second, but I'll just leave this on to give people an opportunity to take a look at it. I do have a Power Hour discount. I don't advertise this anywhere, but if you buy the book from me directly, then you can grab it for 15% off. So just go to my website, click the button that says buy from Michael directly, and you can get 15% off by entering the coupon code Power Hour. All right. So excited to have that one out. I wrote it last year, and then I got sick and some stuff happened. And so I'm just now getting around to publishing it. So I'm excited. It's got some stuff on artificial intelligence in there, just a little bit, not a whole lot. Some stuff on email marketing, some of my things that I've done over the last 10 years that have really helped move the needle for me. And so I hope that the book will be helpful to you. All right, so that's Author Marketing Magic. The second thing I want to let people know is that InkersCon has a digital conference. So I don't know if anyone has heard of InkersCon, but it's a very large writing conference. They have two presences. The first is in Dallas, Texas. That was in June. And then they have a digital conference that's coming up. You can find the dates on their website because the dates are escaping me right now. But I didn't speak at InkersCon this year. I've spoken at them the last 2 years, but I didn't speak this year. But I really like the conference, and I really like the organizers. And I think you guys will be in good hands if you're looking for a digital conference that will, one, give you some good information, two, help you build a community, and three, just help you sell more books. So you can check out InkersCon and you can get 50% off, or not 50% off. Gosh, I wish it was 50% off. You can get $50 off of the registration price by just entering in the code Michael23. All right. So if you're interested in that, you can go to inkerscon.com and they will take very, very good care of you. So I just wanted to make sure you guys were aware of that. All right. So, all right. We got some more folks that have come on in here. We've got Nicholas Cato Strode. Hello, Nicholas. Good to have you here. And we've got Gilbert. Thanks for hosting the Power Hour. My pleasure. And Deb Edwards. Good to see you, Deb. And Jonathan. All right. Drinking coffee and editing today. Very nice. And Hunter Hendrick. Hey, Hunter. Good to see you. Glad you could make it. So good to have you here. And everybody seems like they're all set. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be working on volume 13 of Indie Author Confidential. It's a series I have where I talk. It's basically a quarterly journal of everything I'm doing and everything I'm learning in my author business. And yeah, I'm a little bit behind. I release these books quarterly, and I'm behind. So I'm still writing the book for quarter two. So I'm about a quarter of the way through it. So I just need to keep it on. All right. So with that, folks, just a reminder for those who came in a little bit late, I just want to let you know this will be a 1 hour Power Hour this month because I've got some things going on where I have to cut this a little bit short. All right. So next month we'll be back to a regular time. So hopefully everybody will be able to join. And then we'll also be back to a regular rotation where we'll have the regular length. So I apologize if, I'm not able to get to everybody's questions this month. But if there's something really, really urgent, please go to my contact form, authorlevelup.com/contact, and I would be happy to answer any questions that you have if I can't get to them on the stream. All right. So with that, folks, why don't we get on into the first session? Get your coffee ready, get those computers ready, those fingers limber, and we're going to go ahead and get started. All right. How did everybody do? Let me know your progress in the comments. All right. So we got some other folks who joined. Carla K, good morning. Glad to finally catch one of these lives. Well, hello, Carla. Good to have you here. And Wylan is in the house. Hello, Wylan. And Wylan says, happy belated 4th of July. Happy belated 4th of July to you as well, Wylan. And yeah, I hope everybody made some good progress. Hey, SD is here. Made friends with the like button. Much appreciated. So I made some progress. I wrote about 500 words toward Indie Author Confidential Volume 13. So I'm making progress with that, and I'm in the middle of it's a quiet thing. I'm not really announcing it, but I am rebranding that entire series. Well, I'm not really rebranding it, but I'm doing some things behind the scenes to make it a little bit easier to manage. So I've got this thing with the covers where every volume is a different color, but I was just kind of willy-nilly picking colors out of the blue. So I'm fixing that as we speak. I also changed the titles in the metadata just so it's a little bit easier to know what volume you're looking at. And so I'm in the middle of doing that as well. So I'm getting emails and stuff from cover designers and other folks who are working with me on that. So I'm feeling good about that. So 500 words down for the day. Good way to start the day. All right, Jonathan, 2 chapters edited and only 2 left in the book. Yay, nice job. So you're almost done. Good stuff. Hopefully that is your last round of editing, Jonathan. Hopefully when you say you're almost at the end, it means you're ready to move on to the next step. All right. Nicholas, doing character design for my next book. Only got about 100 words down, but I'm excited about this side character. Good. Well, you know what I say, Nicholas? I say it all the time. If you feel good, then your writing is going to be good. All right. Yes, Haley, today is a power hour, and we are at it. Now, I got to tell you all that this is a short power hour this week. I've got some company coming over, got some stuff I've got to do, so I promised that I would only do this for 1 hour. So we're going to have one more session, all right? One more writing session, and then I got to say sayonara, all right? But we will be back. Next month's power hour will be on Saturday, August 5th. All right, so we'll be back at a regular time and a regular date, regular length, and all this stuff. All right, Jonathan says I have to get feedback from a paid beta reader. That's okay. That's good. No, that's okay. You're making progress. I mean, because the beta reader is not going to, I mean, unless you've got a really particular beta reader, they're not going to say things that are going to require substantial amounts of rework in the novel, right? I mean, if you've done your work, the beta reader should really just be picking at a few things that don't require a whole lot of investment. At least that's my experience. So be curious how that goes for you. All right, Steph says, I'm rewriting a chapter I can't stand. I'm at 110K words. Well, hopefully you get through that quickly and you get to the next chapter, which hopefully you will like a lot more. All right. All right. Well, hey, we're doing really well, guys. So here's what we're going to do. If you all have questions, let me know. Put them in the chat. We're going to go ahead and jump into our next session just so we can get that session down in the books. And then I'll stay on, answer any questions that y'all got. And yeah, good work, everybody. We're making progress. And happy writing. Let's get into session 2. All right. Well, we did it. Another power hour on the books. So, what I want to know is how many words did you get? How productive do you feel? And what are your goals this weekend? All right. So, what's everybody planning on getting accomplished this weekend? I personally, just to get the ball rolling, I am trying to get Indie Author Confidential Volume 13 done. And then I'm jumping right into a new novel. So I'll be writing book 6 of the Good Necromancer series. I kind of have an idea of what it's going to be about. I'm not quite sure yet. So I'm going to have to think about that over the weekend. But yeah, I'm jumping back into a novel, and the rest of this year should be fast and furious for me. So I probably will do another beast mode this year. So it may be a shorter beast mode, but I'm definitely planning on doing one. So that should be fun. So anyway, I did 300 words. I'm at 800 words for the day. All right. So how's everybody else doing? While that comes in, we've got a question from Wylan. I want to write a few children's nonfiction books. Do you have any suggestions to keep in mind? Or could you recommend any resources for learning about that in particular? Yeah, Wylan, there's a book by Karen Inglis. She's a pretty notable children's book author. She gives really good advice tailored to children's books. Her last name is spelled Ingliss, Karen Inglis. I forget the name of her book, but she's got a pretty popular book. It's called, I think it's like How to Write Children's Books or something like that. Just look her up on Amazon and you should be able to find it. And I think she's done interviews and stuff talking about that. So that would be a really good place to start. Another resource that you could check out is the Society of Children's Book Writers and Illustrators, SCBWI. They've got a lot of resources, and I know they've published some free things. It's a society. I think you have to have a membership, but they have some free resources as well. So I've worked with them in the past on a few things, and they've been great. So both of those resources should help point you in the right direction. Okay. Wyland says, oh, yeah, okay, because I want to write a book on being a gamer with a focus on not being a bad sport and being kind. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I think those will be able to point you in the right direction, like I said. All right. Gilbert asks, written a good number of words. That's great. Just have a question. Which is harder to write, sci-fi or fantasy? Well, I think it depends on your personality. It depends on the person. I mean, if you grew up reading science fiction and you're dipped in or you're steeped in the world of science and all of that comes easy to you, then science fiction is probably going to be easier to write. But if you grew up reading fantasy novels and you enjoy magic and adventure and all that stuff, then fantasy is going to be easier to write. I personally find fantasy easier to write just because I don't like to get bogged down in some of the details with science. Science fiction, I should say. I don't mind the science, but sometimes readers can be very particular. And I find that it can be harder sometimes to find that right band of readers in science fiction. Because like in science fiction, fantasy doesn't have this problem. But with science fiction, like there's readers who like their science fiction hard. There's readers who like their science fiction medium, where the science is there, but it's not like full in your face, and then there's some people who just don't care about the science at all. I mean, it's practically fantasy. I mean, you can get away with a lot, but it's really hard to find that swath of people. So like if you write hard sci-fi, how do you find the hard sci-fi readers? How do you find the medium sci-fi readers? How do you find the soft sci-fi readers? I found that personally to be a challenge because you can't advertise to them with your cover. You can use your book description a little bit, but even if you say, hey, this is a soft science fiction, science fiction, readers they'll still lambaste you over the science if they're not the right types of readers. So that to me is a preeminent marketing problem with science fiction. On the fantasy side, it's a little bit better. But with fantasy, I mean, the subgenres of fantasy are I think, a little bit more defined, right? So like an epic fantasy reader is expecting a certain thing. Urban fantasy is expecting a certain thing. And as long as you know what those things are and you operate within those parameters, fantasy readers, I think, are a little bit more forgiving. But that's just my personal opinion, right? So take that for what it's worth, my friend. Okay. Wyland says, no words, just art today. Cool. And Jonathan says, goal for the weekend is to start the outline for book 2 of my series. Hey, that's a good goal to have. I mean, you're going to get your book off to the paid beta reader, so might as well start the next thing. So good luck with that. Oh, and finish edits on this last chapter. Yeah. Well, I think you're almost done. So you're getting there. All right. Wyland says, have you ever thought about writing a book on writing for young people and kids who want to get into it? Yeah. Wyland, I've thought about it from time to time. I think where I can add the most value is in helping writers who have already decided that they want to walk this path, succeed. And some of those people may be young people, right? And so that's the path that I've taken. Maybe, as I get down the road, I find that as a young writer, there's just so much that you don't know. And I think as a young writer, a lot of the things that I teach now, I think would have been over my head. So I don't know. I don't know how to go about that, other than to keep doing what I'm doing, which is making YouTube videos, writing books on writing and marketing, and talking about my journals and my learnings. I think that's the area where I can add the most value. Okay, Nicholas says, only about 300 words done, but 2 new character ideas. I hope to start writing scenes for this new novel. Awesome. Well, great. All right. Yeah. Well, yeah. So those are good resources, Wyland. I think you'll enjoy them. Okay. Carla K, 1,100 words. Nicely done. Trying to shake off some cobwebs. that's going to be the weekend. Ah, yes. Those writing cobwebs. At least for me, how I define cobwebs is when I haven't written for a while and I have to remember how to write. Okay, Steph says, I need to finish editing the chapter I don't like so I can move on to the next one. Okay, well, you can get there. And SD got some author admin tasks done, hoping to write later. Good stuff. And Deb says, working on my World War II romance. Nicely done. Well, everybody has done great. Okay. Wylan says, my goal for the weekend is to get my recording set up to start doing YouTube. Hey, that's cool, Wylan. You have to let us know your link when you get started. And he says, last question, how are you and your family doing? Hope everybody had a great 4th. Yeah, everybody's doing great. So we had a good holiday, spent a lot of time. We went to 4th of July parade, and then we went to a 4th of July festival that was in town, and then we went and watched some fireworks. So yeah, 4th of July was great, and like I said, I can't complain, and I think wife and daughter are happy too. So I'm fortunate to have a dog that does not get triggered by fireworks. So that is also that made the holiday pretty enjoyable as well, because people are really launching fireworks around here. They're still launching fireworks, actually. So it'd be nice when that ends. And we're the police when you need them, right? Because fireworks are illegal here in Des Moines, but they don't really enforce it. In fact, they actually said, don't call us unless somebody's hurt or in imminent bodily injury. So, all right. Oh, yeah, Carlos, we have the same definition for cobwebs. Okay, good. So, all right. So I got 2 minutes left, guys. So I just wanted to let you know, again, in case anybody missed it, I do have a new book out, and it's called Author Marketing Magic. It's my book on marketing, how to sell like a pro and build long-term success, everything I've learned over the last 10 years. You can get your copy at bookstoread.com/authormarketingmagic or authorlevelup.com/authormarketingmagic if you want that. And yeah, I really enjoyed writing this one. I wrote this during last year's Beast Mode, and I just am now getting around to publishing it. So a lot of you have asked me about it. So here it is. And if you want to get this book at a discount, if you buy from me directly, you can get it at authorlevelup.com/authorlevelup.com. Find Author Marketing Magic, and then put in the code. Click the box that says "Buy from Michael" directly, and put in the code Power Hour, and you'll get 15% off. All right. So, and that's a standing offer, guys. So feel free to purchase anything from my store directly, and happy to give you that discount as a thank you for showing up. Okay. Let's see. And as a reminder, the next Power Hour, guys, is Saturday, August 5th at 10 a.m. Central Time. So we're back to a regular rotation. So thank you, everybody, for showing up. We have one last question, and then I'll sign off. 2534 of 10,000 for Camp Nano. When is your next one? Yeah, so Ophelia, our next Power Hour is Saturday, August 5th. All right, Saturday, August 5th at 10 a.m. Central. All right. So sorry you missed this one, but hey, you can catch the replay. It's all good. It's all good. So thank you, everybody. I'm going to sign off, and I will plan on seeing all of you next month. Peace.